President Bola Tinubu alongside Senate President Godswill Akpabio and the Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajudeen Abbas on Monday were among those who laid wreath at the 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in honor of the Nigerian military personnel who died in the line of duty. The President presided over the historic event at the National Arcade in Abuja, inspecting the Guard of Honor mounted by detachments of the Nigerian Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Nigerian Legion. Afterwards, Tinubu laid a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier as a mark of last respect to the fallen heroes who paid the supreme price to preserve the nation's territorial integrity and peace globally. 3 volleys of 21-gun salutes were fired at the event, followed by President's signing of the Remembrance Day anniversary registers and the release of white pigeons to indicate the nation's harmony. The Armed Forces Remembrance Day, observed annually on January 15th, honors the country's military veterans, both living and deceased, who have served in the World Wars, the Nigerian Civil War, and various peacekeeping missions. The court has ruled that stolen assets worth £6.9 million can be returned to Nigeria. It comes after Jersey's Attorney General served a forfeiture notice to the Royal Court in Jersey in November. The court ruled the money deposited in a Jersey bank account was likely stolen by officials in the Nigerian government in 2014. The return of the assets will now be negotiated with the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The transfer of money was disguised as government-sanctioned contract for arms purchased during the incursion by Boko Haram in Nigeria between 2009 and 2015. The government of Jersey said it was probable the most of funds meant for legitimate arms were diverted through foreign bank accounts to and from shell companies. The Attorney General's office said it was believed the money went to family members of the former ruling party and was shared amongst its members during the 2015 general election in Nigeria, and that the tainted property in this case was to be used for the purposes of such an illicit transaction. And in the light of the ongoing investigation into the alleged misappropriation of 585 million naira by the suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, Dr. Betta Edu, the presidency on Monday called for restraint and patience from Nigerians, warning against immediate trial. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, disclosed that President Bola Tinubu had approved the release of 3 billion naira to verify the National Social Register under the former administration of Muhammad Buhari. The Social Register was created for cash transfers and other social investment programs under Buhari. The notice for the approval was contained in a memo dated December 18, 2023, from the Office of Chief of the Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, titled Conveyance of Approval, with appeal to use the 3 billion naira from the COVID-19 Palliative Fund for verification of the National Social Register. And speaking on Monday, Ononuga said the President has directed the EFCC to investigate the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, and all these matters are under investigation already. Meanwhile, the Code of Conduct Bureau has invited the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, over the involvement of his company in an alleged 438 million naira country scam uncovered in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. The CCB has commenced an investigation into the alleged breach of the Code of Conduct for public officers by the minister. A company, New Planet Projects, allegedly belonging to the minister, benefited from an alleged country scam from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. A document signed by the CCB Director, Investigation and Monitoring, Gwemi SP, on behalf of the CCB Chairman, Murtala Aliyu, Monday, indicated that the CCB invited the minister to appear before it on Tuesday, January 16, 2024, at the CCB Headquarters, Federal Secretariat Complex, Abuja. And also, the governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, was on Monday sworn in for his second tenure, along with his deputy, Lady Chinyere Okomaru. Uzodinma, who is the 7th elected governor of the state and was elected on the All Progressives Congress political platform, was sworn in alongside with his deputy by the Chief Judge of Imo State, Justice Theresa Chikika. Now, the occasion was graced by President Bola Tinubu and ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo. Other dignitaries present included the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Speaker House of Representatives Tajudeen Abbas, Ogun State Governor Dakpo Abiodun, Abia State Governor Alex Oti, Rivers State Governor Similai Fubara. And in a speech, Uzodinma, who described the massive support of the people as a social contract, promised not to disappoint them during his second tenure. The Supreme Court on Tuesday reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the People's Democratic Party against the appeal court's judgment reinstating the Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule. The five-member panel led by the Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun adjourned the matter for judgment after listening to the council's argument on the appeal. Kekere Ekun noted that parties would be notified when judgment is ready. The State Election Petition Tribunal had sacked the governor and declared David Obugbadu, candidate of the PDP, the winner of March 18, 2023 election. However, the appeal court reinstated Sule and held that the tribunal wrongfully relied on the evidence of the 8 of the PDP witnesses whose statements on oath were not front-loaded alongside the petition. Obugbadu, however, was appealed the judgment at the Apex Court. The divers on Monday began a search for passengers of a boat that capsized in Niger State while traveling to Kebbi State. It was learned that the boat had over 100 passengers on board, among them traders conveying grains and sugarcane to a market in Kebbi State. The Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Salihu Gaba, said the agency received a report of a boat's mishap that occurred in the Bogu local government area on Monday. He said no clear information about death and survivors has been received, but search and rescue operations are ongoing by local divers. Both accidents are becoming recurrent in Niger State. On November 16, 2023, a boat accident in the Shiroro area of the state claimed 34 lives. Among the victims were 10 children.